who puts his heart into this. He's doing it for all the right reasons. He doesn't care about money. He's in it just to see guys be successful. And he's amazing at what he does. And he really, truly believes in his athletes because he puts so much time into us. And he's unbelievable. I wouldn't be close to where I'm at without him.
Chris, James Mann, MMA Blackboard Report.
He has a deeper voice.
Look, my friend, Mr. Silva says that in the event he takes a loss to you again this time, he may go ahead and fight Roy Jones Jr. He wants to fight Roy Jones Jr. I asked him about the difference between the boxing skills and the striking skills. He says he's back in Brazil. He's boxing daily. He's getting knocked down sometimes, but he's getting up. Do you feel that?
That's a lie.
Do you feel that he's honing in his striking skills to get ready for you in December?
If he says he is, I guess he is. You know, I don't know. Sometimes I don't take everything he says in interviews for what it is. You know, he kind of messes around a little bit. Plus the language barrier. I don't. Honestly, it doesn't matter what he's doing. I'm not worried about it. He could, you know, I've already got through that whole mythical figure. You know, if I was worried about what he was doing, I probably would have been in trouble in the first place. So I'm not really worried about what he's doing. I'm worried about me, about how hard I'm going to work every day, and what I'm going to do when I get in the cage on December 28th.
Dana predicts this to be the largest pay-per-view. What do you think?
I think it'd be awesome if it is. You know, it'd be good for me too. But I think it has everything it needs to be. Every type of ingredient in this recipe for it to be the biggest fight ever. You know, have Anderson Silva, he's the greatest of all time. No one ever could even imagine him losing. And then he gets knocked out, and his specialty is stand-up fighting. So people just can't fathom the fact that, and the way it happened. He had his hands down, he was goofing around, trying to do the taunting thing like he always does, and he got knocked out. So now people really want. Probably, I think that's his style. I think that's what he does. If he doesn't, if he comes at me with a traditional stance, I honestly think it'll be an easier fight for me. So I think him putting his hands down probably benefits him. So, in a lot of ways.
I saw you on first.
I wish I knew. I
saw you on first take. Should Tebow still be fighting in the NFL, or should he go up to the CFL, man?
Oh no, he should be playing in the NFL. He should be a starting quarterback.
He should be playing in the NFL.
You know, he had one opportunity. He took a team that was 1-4 to the playoffs. I think he won a playoff game. He has the best QBR rating in the last 5 minutes of football as a quarterback than any other quarterback in the NFL. 100% deserves to be a starting quarterback. Stephen A. Smith ruined him. He started talking bad about him, you know, to the public, and people believed him. And now this guy's, you know, we're supposed to be happy if he's like a tight end for the New England Patriots, or now he's not even there anymore. But it's he should be a starting quarterback. Is my answer.
You're getting used to all this talking like this was a fluke, this is not gonna happen, and we know that the name of the fight is leave no doubt. Are you leaving no doubt? Is this you're gonna come back and prove that you are the legitimate champion?
Yeah, my goal is honestly just it's a battle against myself. It's a battle to just bring myself further away. I mean, just create distance from me and the rest of the 185-pound division. I want to just let everybody know in this fight that I'm not here to play games. I'm here to be the best and for a long time. And I want everybody to have no confidence when they get in the cage with me. You know, that's my goal. And leaving it no doubt, it's impossible, especially fighting Anderson Silva. No matter what I do after this fight, there's going to be still lots of doubt. There's going to be a lot of talk, I'm sure, after I beat him. He's older. He's out of his prime. I guarantee you that's what I'll be hearing, and that's fine. It's expected. You know, he's been on top. He's done a lot in the sport. He's been around for a while, so we'll see.
Why are you doing different than you did on the last fight?
Nothing.
When you beat him, what do you think the number one contender will be?
I don't know. There's a lot of good guys. Honestly, my focus is Anderson Silva. That's really it.
When you beat him?
When I beat him, I don't know. That's my focus. I'm not even thinking about that right now. Thinking about Anderson Silva. Yeah, I think he takes it seriously. I think the way he acted in the fight is the way he acts in most of his fights, and he's doing it with the intent to try to beat me doing it. Try to get inside your head and make you feel like make you insecure, make you feel like you don't belong in the cage with him. It just didn't work for him that night.
Hey Chris, has your life changed at all since becoming champ?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. What's that?
Are you getting the respect you deserve?
I'm getting the respect I expected.
Are you still driving the
Does that make the respect I expected? Yes. Am I still driving the minivan? Yeah, I'm gonna be driving that forever.
You brought in Stephen Wonderboy Thompson for your camp to kind of mimic Anderson Silva's unorthodox karate style.
Yeah.
Have you gleaned anything from his style that you've added to your own arsenal?
Yeah, I've got some tricks in the book. You know, so there's things that I do in sparring that I'm looking forward to doing in a fight.
Chris, I heard you in an interview say that when he put his hands down like that, you kind of thought it was disrespectful and that angered you up to go in for that knockout. If he does that again this time, is it going to still fire you up the same way?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I didn't think going into that fight, we knew he was going to be doing that stuff. So we had old guys, you know, in sparring do that to me and try to piss me off, and it never did in sparring. I was just like, just keep moving forward, very focused on going forward. And I felt that way during that fight too, also until it gets towards the end. Because I always tried to envision it in worst case scenarios. He's picking me apart. I can't get anything off. And now he's messing with me, you know, and I have to be able to keep my composure. That's the way I envisioned it. I didn't envision me picking him apart, and then he's doing it. So it confused me and pissed me off, and then I wanted to just hit him.
How have you changed and grown as a fighter from that fight to this one?
I just think, you know, for this last fight, I didn't have the best opportunity, the best circumstances surrounding the fight. You know, I came off getting hit by Hurricane Sandy, a year layoff, 2 surgeries back-to-back. At this time, before the last fight, I was nursing an injury and really just trying to get ring rust off. You know, I just knew, obviously, I've been out for a while, and these injuries, I wasn't able to train, so I was just trying to get ring rust off. This time, I'm capable to just get better right now.
At this point,
Will you be fully recovered by December 28th?
What's that?
Will you be fully
Oh yeah, I'm recovered now. I just bought a house. We're going to closing soon, so after that, I'll be organized and be ready to go. I'll be in it for my camp, and it's gonna be nice.
at this point, it's common knowledge that you graduated with a master's from Hofstra in psychology. It requires a lot of reading. Do you do any reading regularly that kind of helps with the mental game?
Actually, no, I didn't get my master's in psychology. I got my bachelor's in psychology, and I got my master's in physical education.
All right.
But do I read a lot? Not as much as I should.
Chris, just we're UD down in San, we're a big fan of you.
Yeah.
Managers, how do you think about that? Did you party after one of the players?
Yeah, he came.
How was that?
E-players? I don't know what that is, but what?
Some TMZ, something came out.
He came out. Yeah, no, he came to my after party. He's a good dude. My manager manages Mike Miller and does stuff with Mike Miller, and Mike Miller and him are real close. So over the last couple of years, me and UD got close and we're cool as anything, and he's a big supporter.
It was bright. You got 2 champions in the same room.
That's right. Hey.
What do you think of the Florida MMA fans and possibly trying to convince Dana to bring a show down here one day?
You know, I'll leave that up to Dana. I have no idea how that works. I know that I like to fight on the East Coast. You know, I'm from the East Coast, and Florida's the East Coast. So
Probably New York is your number one priority.
New York is where I want to fight. Obviously, that's the number one. Sorry, Florida, but I'm in New York if I could be.
You were talking about that this has been, now that you're champion, being away from your family has been hard because you're not used to this kind of attention and kind of these media. How has it been different, or how is it affecting you or helping you to be motivated for this fight?
Yeah, well, getting away from the house and doing all this media, it's not. I mean, it's tough. You know, I don't like packing and unpacking and all that stuff, but once I get to the place, I'm fine. You know, we got FaceTime to keep in touch. But no, it's tough being away from your kids. I'm still getting my workouts every day, besides one day so far on this trip. But when I get back, I mean, it's not like I'm in training camp right now. But when I get back, it's full focus.
Chris, what would it mean for you to end out your year with defending your title?
Mean everything. You know, it'll be another life-changing event.
You and Anderson are both family men, despite the fact you're looking at a life-altering fight in a few short months. The two of you seem to have a warm camaraderie, nonetheless. Is there truly a switch that you can just hit? And if so, what's that kind of like for you?
Yeah, no, because I don't see it as, you know, I don't have to be angry to go into a fight. I never have been angry. Like my training partners, you know, John Volante's in the UFC. We train together all the time. We're best friends outside the cage. But when we get in that sparring session, there's no excuses he's going to make me not go as hard as I possibly can and try to mentally and physically break him every single time we spar. It looks like I'm trying to kill the guy in there, but there's no anger. It's just very competitive. You know, I'm just extremely competitive, and I think it's the best sport for overall competition.
You worked as a volunteer for the nonprofit Staten Strong following Hurricane Sandy. What was that experience like for you in kind of rebuilding your community?
No, it's awesome. You know, we did that in Staten Island. I'm from Long Island, so it's a little different. But anytime you get to, you know, help out the people that I was so close to, and I was around all these guys, I was hit by it. So anytime you're able to, you know, help a situation that you're really close to, obviously it feels good to try to help. But they just really needed a lot of help. It's sad, you know, what everybody's still going through.
Now, Chris, you were always cool with giving Anderson an immediate rematch. There was never any doubt in your mind that if he won the belt, he'd get another crack.
Yeah, instantly. After right in the cage, after when we started, I went up to Anderson, you know, good fight, whatever like that, and we're talking. I'm like, listen, we gotta do a rematch. And I wanted the rematch. It's not like he wasn't begging me for it. Dana wasn't begging me for it. I was begging for it.
So was there any doubt there for a couple of weeks when, you know, Anderson was talking?
No, it was pretty. I knew even press conference, you know, I knew he was saying that he didn't want a rematch, all this stuff. People ask me, oh, so who else do you want to fight? I'm like, I'm fighting Anderson Silva. We're having a rematch. It doesn't matter what he's saying right now. People are taking his word for what it is. It's, you know, he just got knocked out for the first time in his life. He just lost for the first time ever in the UFC. He's not thinking straight. He not thinking about fighting me again at that second. So he needed a little time, and I understood.
There's some talk about how you got lucky right in this fight. Do you believe in luck?
I believe that when preparation meets opportunity, I guess that's what you consider luck. So it's just hard work, you know. And I went to throw a punch and hit him. I hit him. I don't know if you consider it lucky or not, but my goal was to hit him.
You're ranked #1 middleweight by Sherdog and #5 pound for pound by ESPN. You're still ranked below Silva in the UFC rankings in your weight class, despite John Jones usurping his place in the UFC pound for pound rating. Do you believe that's fair? How do you reconcile that?
I don't really care about rankings, but yeah, it's fair. You know, Anderson Silva has been on top for so long. He's been in the sport a lot longer than me. He's had some crazy fights and put on some amazing shows. So yeah, he deserves it. I'm not fighting for that. You know, I have a lot to prove. So I'm not thinking I just won this fight and now everybody has to bow down to me and I should be #1, you know, pound for pound. I have a lot to prove and I'm excited to do that.
Chris, when you get into the octagon, you obviously don't know how long the fight's going to go, if it end in the first or second. Would you rather have it end early like you did last time, or have it be a 5-round war like we saw John Bones Jones go to this weekend?
I prepare for a hard war, you know, and I want it, but I'm hoping for a finish. You know, I want to finish. I want to finish the fight.
How do you feel about being in Brazil next week?
I'm really nervous. No, I'm just kidding. No, I guess I'm excited. It's just going to be a lot of travel, and I'm excited to see how the fans react. I'm sure there'll be a lot of booing and all that stuff, but I'm hearing there's a lot of support out there for me too. So I just don't want to get shot, stabbed.
Maybe consult with Chael Sonnen on what not to say when you're down there.
I don't need to consult with him on what not to say because I don't think he would help out too much with that.
In an interview with ESPN following your title victory, you mentioned you were having a hard time sleeping. How long did that last?
Maybe a week.
Yeah.
A week it took. And I never have trouble sleeping, so it was weird. I guess it was just kind of all the what's the word for energy? All that, whatever, energy. I don't know, crazy energy from winning. Yeah, adrenaline. That's what I had. Adrenaline still pumping through me. Couldn't sleep.
You mentioned that you weren't expecting leg kicks from Anderson on account of your takedown threat. However, it's arguable that they were his most effective strikes against you. Are you expecting those this time around, and in what way are you preparing?
I'm preparing for him now. Yeah. I'll be ready for them. Last time I really wasn't ready for him. I was expecting if he was throw that, he'd be worried about the takedown. But it's all good. It's just part of preparing for a fight.
You think he learned his lesson? You won't be throwing him around inside the octagon?
It's what he does. You know, like I said, I don't know. I can't worry about what he's going to do. That's up to him. He says he's not changing anything. If you want to believe him.
On the previous fight, you made an error, and that's why you took advantage of it and went down on him. Do you feel you're going to need for him to make an error again, or do you fully take him down?
Listen, anytime you lose, no matter what it is, you feel like you make an error. Someone has to make an error for the other person to lose. I mean, for one person to win. So I don't. If I make an error, is he going to capitalize and win? I don't know. But if everybody never made errors, there would be a stalemate. All right?
It's been your 5th or 6th day on this World Press Tour. What have been your experiences and thoughts on the whole process? Is it something that you would look forward to doing again, or would you rather not do it again?
It's one of those things I'll look forward to doing again because I know what it means. It gets all the fans excited for the fight, and I know that means more people are going to watch it. And I want to have the biggest light on me when I'm inside that cage on December 28th.
So it's just part of the job, right?
Part of the job.
Fun, then, huh?
Brazil's going to be, I don't think we even have room to have fun. I think we just kind of land, do a thing, and then we're flying out to another city. It's going to be very rushed and probably not a lot of sleep, but I'm going to try to have fun in Brazil. It's in Brazil. I don't get there very often, you know.
Did you get to have any fun in Florida? You weren't here long.
Not really, no. Got in late last night and went to sleep